Hold up, bruh. Stop scrolling for a second. Seriously, you can leave the app open, but just set your phone face down on your desk or your bed or wherever you are right now and just listen to me for a minute. I already know what you were just doing. You were swiping through your feed, looking at everyone else's highlight reels, and feeling that familiar, heavy weight sitting right on your chest. You look at these influencers, these creators, even these people in the faith space, and they all look so perfectly curated. They've got the perfect warm lighting, the perfect coffee cup next to their perfectly highlighted Bible, the perfect aesthetic life. And then you look at your own life, and it feels like absolute chaos. Welcome to the channel, man. I'm Jeus, and you are listening to Hold Up, Brah. This is the only corner of the internet where we don't care about your aesthetic, your follower count, or your highlight reel. This is a lifeline for the overthinkers, the burnt out, and the people running on absolutely empty. Today, we need to have some real talk about this pressure to be perfect. Because if we are being completely honest, performing for an audience of people you don't even know is completely exhausting. We treat our actual lives like a massive video editing timeline. Think about it. We are constantly trying to cut out all the awkward pauses. We try to color grade our darkest, most painful seasons so they look a little warmer, a little more cinematic for the timeline. We spend all our energy trying to export this flawless, high-resolution version of ourselves for people who don't even really know us. And it is draining the life out of you, brah. You wake up anxious. Your room is a disaster. You snapped at your family. You feel like a total fraud because you don't match the highlight reels you're scrolling through at 2 a.m. You feel like you're falling behind in a race you didn't even sign up for. But I need you to hear something, and I need you to let it actually sink in. God is not looking for your aesthetic. He is not impressed by the heavily edited, studio-perfect pop track of your life. He wants the GarageBand version, the raw, unedited acoustic track with the amp feedback, the missed chords and the broken strings. He wants the version of you that you are terrified to show anyone else. This whole aesthetic faith thing, this pressure to look incredibly cool and put together while following Jesus, it isn't new. Jesus dealt with the exact same thing 2,000 years ago. There were these guys back then called the Pharisees. They were the original influencers. They had the ultimate aesthetic. They wore the right clothes, they said the perfect, most poetic prayers in public, and they had massive follower counts in their society. Everyone thought they had it all together. But Jesus looked right at them, these guys with the perfect feeds. And in Matthew chapter 23, he essentially says, "You guys are like whitewashed tombs. You look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, you are completely dead." Jesus hated the fake aesthetic. He couldn't stand the performance. Look at who he actually chose to hang out with. He didn't pick the polished influencers. He picked a guy named Peter who had severe anger issues and literally denied even knowing him when things got tough. He loved David, a guy who wrote half the Psalms while hiding in a cave, dealing with severe anxiety and depression after making some massive, life-altering mistakes. God uses the messy, unfiltered people. He uses the people who know they are broken. So why are you killing yourself trying to look like you aren't? In Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, Jesus says something that completely shatters modern hustle culture. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He doesn't say, "Come to me once you figure your life out." He doesn't say, "Come to me once your timeline looks good and you've stopped overthinking." He says, "Come to me weary. Come to me burnt out. Come to me when your battery is literally at 1% and you don't know how you're going to make it through tomorrow." In a world that constantly tells you to grind, to monetize your hobbies, and to curate your personality, taking a breath is an act of rebellion. Resting is spiritual warfare. So here is your homework for tonight, brah. I want you to do a timeline audit. If you follow an account, even if it's a Christian account, and looking at their posts makes you feel anxious or less than, or like you are constantly falling behind, unfollow them. Mute them. You do not owe your attention to people who drain your peace. De-influence your own feed. You do not have to clean yourself up before you come to God. The internet might keep receipts forever, but grace completely deletes the file. If you are exhausted from trying to perform, just stop performing. Let the aesthetic go. You are loved exactly as you are, right here in the middle of the mess. Take a deep breath. You're gonna be okay. Thanks for listening to Hold Up, Brah. If this hit home for you today, do me a massive favor. Send this audio to one friend who is being way too hard on themselves right now. They probably need this lifeline just as much as you did. Drop a comment if you are letting go of the performance today. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay grounded.